Greetings, Tang WeiAssociation, all other instructors, students. Exciting news. So this is the newsletter here for January. This will be the video that goes with it. We are going to run a seminar again here in February on the 21st. If you want to mark the day, it'll be from 9:30 a.m. until we're going to do a shorter day, just till 2:30. We're going to offer two different seminars. One with a more combative focus, one with more of a meditation, personal mastery focus. So from 9:30 to noon, and this will be at the Larry H. Miller Professional Development Center in room 220. So I'll be in the email. We'll have the details there. And it'll be from 9:30 to noon for empty hand versus knife scenarios. And so we're going to learn different tactics during it. And we're going to be covering something that I think everyone in the system always finds to be really relevant and practical, which is empty hand defense against knife. A lot of the tactics we learn, this is, as you all know, was originally a battlefield system. It's meant for more scenarios that are life and death, and so it fits really well when we're thinking of that context. We're going to learn tactics that involve counter-striking from more of an open quarters range, if you can keep it there, some counter-kicking, using kicking tactics from an open quarters range. And then we'll talk about when the quarters close and we're kind of into grappling range and using tactics that involve knees, elbows, also strikes, and some grappling tactics that for taking the knife away, for redirecting the knife. We'll have fun. We'll go over a lot of things you probably have seen. Hopefully, if you've been training for a while, you've seen these. We'll give you some extra details, maybe some techniques you probably haven't seen, and we'll drill them together. It'll be an active day, working with it. So second seminar, we'll do that from 9:30 to noon. 2.5 hours is approximately what I'm planning. When we get done. We might get done a little early. Cut for lunch. We'll come back 12:45-ish, and then we'll start Qigong until 2:30 when the time blocks up. And that will pick up where we left off. The last seminars that we were doing when Master Garriga was still with us and we had the studio open, before we closed the studio in 2020, we were going through the Damo Qigong program. We'd gotten quite a ways through that. We'll probably review a little bit and talk about it, but we'll learn the next exercise. That's basically a program where you can stack the exercises along, but they can all be standalone exercises. So we'll learn the next piece. I think the one we were on had to do with kind of the mind's eye type exercises for those that were there, where we're working on channeling, on working, adding basically a strong flow of qi there that begins to open up the awareness and a lot of the different capacities of the brain. So it'll be a lot of fun, interesting. If you've never done Qigong before, it'll be an interesting introduction. If you've done it before for a long time, we'll get some new exercises for you, and we'll see how far we can get through that. That'll be from, like I said, it'll be a little shorter. Cost for seminar for knife defense is going to be $70 if you just want to show up and kind of leave your options open and not come, I guess. It'll be $60 if you'll pre-register on Sign Up Genius, and there'll be a link in the newsletter. It helps me out a ton if you guys can pre-register. I know there's some that also don't like to communicate through emails and technology. If that's you, I'm leaving my phone number in there. You can just simply call me and I'll count that as pre-registering. It lets me order the right size of room. I can get the room at one size, which is a cheaper rate, or I can get the room at a larger size. If we have the people, it's going to be a crammed seminar if I get the smaller room, and it's going to be a big empty seminar if I get the bigger room. So instead of me guessing, if you guys can pre-register, that makes a big difference for me. It'll be $50 for the Qigong seminar, or $40 if you'll pre-register, and the link will be there. Other announcements, which are in the newsletter, kind of the ones that are standing, always in there. I'm still building up, based off the Tang Martial Arts Association blog, which has replaced the site that I was using for All Origin training. I'm not running that anymore. Wix kept jacking the rates up, and I'm not going to play that game anymore. So that's where I've got a lot of videos that I can just send you, you can just kind of basically pay for the review video for that. And hopefully that helps out. And adding a lot of things to it. My first goal really is to get a lot of the sets documented. I know that's where a lot of people that have been training for a lot of years, they just struggle to be able to remember the sets. I don't blame you. If you haven't had a chance to train them a lot, sometimes you forget them, but they really are the encyclopedia for the system, the drill base. You use it for techniques and fighting combinations. You use it for endurance workouts. You use it with weights for weight workouts. We use it for Qigong workouts. So The sets, I think that's one of the nice things is that for those that need it, the videos really do allow you to almost have, most of us who have trained, you have a review class ready to go. Most of us that have trained know that sometimes you ended up paying and having to just pay to review a class with someone. Well, instead of having to pay full price, you have basically a permanent review class. It takes a little bit of work to get them documented that way. There's been some people that volunteer to help. Really appreciate Alex Christensen. Adam Passwaters have helped with a lot of the videos, Cody Jones. And all you that have helped in the past, Wes Lindsay helped a lot. There's been a lot of people that have helped a ton. So thank you to all you that donated your body to get the system documented, and I hope that helps you guys. More things are being added. I'm doing that as fast as I can, given that I work a full-time job besides this, and I'm a father with lots of really active kids. So do my best, and I'll keep trying to add to that. Last, live training continues. We've got multiple training groups that are running along the Wasatch Valley. Classes mostly available Cottonwood Heights. Seems like there's a band, Cottonwood Heights, moving to the west. Cottonwood Heights, Midvale. You got West Jordan, South Jordan, and Harriman all have people that are there. So if you can get to that area or you're in that area, we've got groups that are training that you could probably jump in on for individual classes or small group classes. Each one have different accommodations. I'm your training coordinator. If you call the number or you send me an email, I will find a training group for you, or we'll correspond and we'll figure out something that works. So looking forward to working with everybody, and excited to see out there and to see the whole community again. Everyone said they really wanted a chance to get back together and see everyone. If and with the seminars, if you're actively enrolled and you're already training, I get it. You're already essentially paying a month's tuition for somewhere. Talk to your instructor. There'll be a deal for you guys. Since you're actively training, we don't want money to be the reason you can't come to the seminar. So just chat with your instructor and we'll go from there. So I look forward to seeing everyone. Please RSVP. Like I said, it'll help me to plan appropriately, number of instructors, and of course the space that I'm gonna rent for us. So all that said, I'll see you guys there. Best.